and you can't hear a word I'm saying. It's always nice when it's muted. I said, I'm gonna drop over here for a second. That way I don't get attacked while I'm trying to figure things out. Because that's usually what happens when you do get into your menu, then all of a sudden you get attacked by NPCs that are just wandering by.
Agent requesting backup.
Sorry, I had to answer that message. Okay, this is a build that I just released. Now, you're probably going to notice that it looks like I've put out 2 videos, and I did. I'm going to be deleting one of them, whatever one doesn't do good, because I'm doing a test. And the test is simple. Oh, okay. So I wanted to test because YouTube says that tags don't really do much for your videos. So I wanted to put that to the test. So that's why I put 2 videos out the same. Don't worry, one of them is gonna go missing in the next 2 hours. It's whichever one is doing worse. It's the same video, and I did that. I'm only doing that once because I want to do a test. So one of them I didn't even put anything. I just put whatever. Actually, it doesn't have any tags at all. I don't think it has. Oh, sorry, it has a couple. It has a couple tags. Nothing to do with my channel though. And the other one that I put out just recently, does have all the tags with my channel tag, and it's actually performing worse than the one that has no tags at all. So they're not lying about the tags. They're not really that relevant. And I should know this because I was looking at some big channels and some of them don't have any tags at all. And they never have, even when they were small. Some people just get lucky, I guess. I guess there's a time for it, and okay, so that's still showing the same thing. And apparently it's not going to update for me. So this one has 11 now. Okay, and then the other one has 37. Here's the dashboard. Okay, it's starting to pick up actually. It's not doing as good off the get-go. Where did the other one I just do? So at this time, the other one that I released, the same one, is actually is actually 10 views above. Hey, what's up? So that goes to tell me, I think that's what I'm going to do from now on, is that might be the way to go. Just put my channel tag in there and that's it. It seems to do better without anything. Because I think what happens is you put too many tags in, and I think YouTube goes, what's going on? Right? It gets confused. If you have too many tags, I think it really does confuse the search engine. Alright, so I was using this. This is actually a pretty decent build. I liked it. I need to switch this up though. This thing here needs to be switched out. I'd like to get the same piece, but obviously I want weapon damage and I want to get rid of that skill damage. Unfortunately, that's the way it rolled. That's the way I got it. It was red. I could switch it to red actually and re-roll that to red instead of armor. That would give me some more DPS. What is this? Go fish. I don't have enough ceramics. Okay, hold on. No. Alright, so now there's hybrid builds that I've seen. How much armor regen does this have? Well, let me see. It's not as good as my other one. I just wanted to try it out to see. So let's go down here. Oops. Armor regeneration is only 29,183. Okay, so it's not the greatest. I can show you a better build. I think I might still have it on, actually. Hold on. If I didn't delete it. I'll have to build it from scratch. So when I go for armor regen normally, I'll show you what I normally use. This was just something I wanted to try that was different. So normally I use this one. I have this guy right here. I just gotta see if I have it still. Do. Okay, and normally I like to run. As much as I like the contractor gloves, there's a downfall to this. You get the armor, damage to armor, but I'd rather use something like, where did I put it? I'd rather use something like, well, either this, or actually, where is it? Firm handshake. Let's see what I have for this. This should actually be better, actually. Yeah, the armor regeneration on this one is much, much, much greater. It's 62,848. Because the big drawback here is you have one piece of this will give you 1% armor regen. This gives 1% armor regen plus it's got armor regen. And then you have these two pieces here that gives me 10% status effects, but once I put the second piece on, it gives me another armor regen. And then that gives me armor regen as well. And this piece here, I used to have a piece here. I think I deleted it by accident. But I used to have this. I have this, but I used to have a piece in here. I think I deleted it, and it was also armor regen. Now that's that one. I also have... This one might even be better, actually. Oh. Oh my god. It's not showing it as it is. This one actually is good if I put perfectly efficient on this bad boy. I'll show you. Okay, let me just see if I have it on me right now. You want to see nasty? I'll show you nasty. Let me see. I'll show you nasty. You know what's funny is I had somebody come into my comment section and say he was not talking to me. I thought he was talking to me. He was talking about Ubisoft not updating the actual builds in the game. So I kind of was like confused because I was like, what does that have to do with this video? I don't get it. I'm still confused on that one. Okay. So you want to see nasty? I'll show you nasty.
You're gonna need to get the access codes to the vault to recover the item the hyena stole from Air Force One.
So first things
Hyena
first.
Insider says whoever's posted in the old CEO's office will have a key card that should give you access to the vault.
Somebody got beside me, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay, yeah, let's just get behind me like that. That's armor regen right there. That's a tank. And as you can see, my little pistol in the bottom there is recharging. When that gets to full, when I shoot somebody, it's going to do massive damage. I just broke his fucking shield in one hit. Now I thought, doing the mission, okay, it's on heroic, maybe it's not that great, right? So I went to a control point that's level 4, and that's the highest you can get. And there's mostly yellows there. There's very few red, mostly yellows and purples, and I was fucking annihilating them with the same build, and they still couldn't break my shield. So I know it's good. Did your tank build do this? Uh-oh. Are you trying to hurt me? Like, it's not gonna work, buddy. Huh.
Check her for the key card. Looks like that key card is the one we were looking for.
And I'm using this, right, because it's, I could make this a little more, I could make this a little more nastier. And I could put, not this, but this on. This is funny, because, if you got a bunch of enemies that are trying to rush you, and they get too close, you'll barbecue one of them right away without even shooting at them.
Hostile radio intercepted.
It's the fucking division. Roach wants everyone back at headquarters.
Get close enough so we can barbecue somebody. Oh, there we go. I might back myself into a fucking corner. just check and see how it's doing here. Interesting.
The base of operations is on high alert.
Okay.
Civilians must undergo a body search to gain access to the safe area.
Okay, so let's go here. Now I'm gonna go in here. I just tested this the way I wanted to test it. Not this build, but I'm testing this right here. So now I'm going to do this really fast. Oh shit, never mind.
Please remember to switch off and unplug all electronic devices that are not in use. Thank you for your cooperation.
Oh, yeah, no, I had it muted actually. This little mute button right here. Because somebody was hollering. Alright. Oh yeah, it's a good build. I like this build. I'll show you in a second. It's my Foundry set that's fucking insane. This is legendary. He's not even hurting my shield. I could probably sit here and drink my drink.
System curtailed.
Anyways, so I know the build's good. This is legendary and I easily cleared it.
System reactivated.
With a pistol. With a fucking pistol. Okay? With a fucking pistol. I'll show you mine. This is just something that I added just to be annoying. But I'm using actually the Imperial Dynasty on the bottom part of my build. And it's only to be so when I'm fighting multiple legendary guys, I can have one of them on fire while I'm dealing with the other ones. But I'm also using perfectly efficient. I do use Technician though because I'm using the Artificer because the Artificer keeps healing my shield like crazy. It heals itself too with the Liberty, but having that there as well makes it even nastier because then it heals itself like a lot and very often. Like I just stood there when there was a bunch of guys trying to attack me and my shield was like, and there was like going right back up. The only ones I don't like doing on Legendary
Assault drones detected.
is the EMP rounds. Those are challenging. Actually, I'm gonna let them hit me for a second. All I had to do is put my shield on and my armor regen would have went crazy. Could you imagine if I had the Regulus? Oh my god. I don't. I have the project for it. I haven't finished it. I like the Liberty because you shoot them and then you shoot them in the head and it repairs your shield for however many hits you have there by 3%. Yeah. Well, see, this makes a big difference, and a lot of people don't get this, and maybe they don't get it, but this piece right here, this backpack, makes a big difference. If you build a Foundry set with, like, the gloves, the knee pads, the holster, and the mask, it's okay. It's good. But when you throw that backpack in the mix, oh boy, does it ever make a big difference when it comes to armor regen. It just makes this whole build. I could switch this up. I've done this before. I'm just joking around with these two pieces. I don't even need this. I could actually put on. I have it here somewhere. With this guy right here, Point Man. If I put Point Man on, it's just as nasty. But the problem is all it gives me is the 5%, basically 5% of the thing, right? But I gotta wait for 20 seconds for it to come back. It's good for a team thing, so that's why I'm not using that. I could probably get away with putting something else on. I could probably put a DPS piece on, actually. I could probably put that bad boy, or even that bad boy on. Let me try it with this. I might get killed, but let's try it. I want to see. Perfect glass cannon. I want to see this. Ooh, I have a bad feeling about this. This might not work as good as it was before. I might want to keep my shield up. I don't think this is going to work out very good. No, I don't think this is going to work out very good at all. Nope. That's why you don't run Perfect Glass Cannon with that. Not on Legendary. Look at that. He did over 4 million damage to me. My other build, like my other piece, would have ate all that damage up, and I would have been fine. So we won't use that piece again.
Rogue agent detected.
Oh, okay. Perfect. I'll use this. I'll put on my... No, I'll put on this. Oh no, I put on Perfect Glass Cannon. I knew that was gonna happen. I even called it before it happened. That's why I said I'm not gonna run that, because that's just fucking... If they hit me on the side or the back, I'm gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. All right, I gotta fight rogue agents with just a pistol. Just a pistol. So this is gonna be fun.
Rogue artillery turret detected.
I'm trying to figure out where fucking this... Where is this asshole? Oh, he's behind me. Woo! Barbecue.
Rogue restorer hive detected. Rogue assault turret detected.
Fucking perfect!
You don't think that shotgun's gonna hurt me, do you, motherfucker? Come on, you're legendary. Let's go. Ooh, you got me with a fucking grenade. But it still didn't hurt. The fuck is that? Are you gonna try yet, or what? Now you can see why it's annoying. Oh, you're gonna have to try better than that. You like being rushed, bitch? No? You like me fucking... Come on, that doesn't even hurt. Come on. Is that it? Oh, you're on fire, bitch. Run! You wanna play that? Oh, okay. Come on, legendary bitch. I'm only using a pistol and I killed your buddy already. I can't keep up with you? No, that's the other way around, bitch. You can't keep up with me with that gun. Oh, it's time to get on fire again. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you barbecuing, bitch? Come on. Oh, you wanna have the hit match? Come on, let's have a fucking hitting match, bitch. Come on. Come on. Uh-oh.
Rogue agent eliminated.
No, all I used was a pistol. That's it. So who said legendary was hard? It's like not bad, but it's not as good as the weapon I have before. Now this is interesting. A Sokolov piece with 2 yellows on it. I might take that weapon actually, because it's got ignited on it. I might actually pick that up anyways, because I have an idea for that now. But yeah, so 2 legendary rogue agents just got fucking destroyed by me with a pistol. So. Because I remember when I brought this build out,
Safe area entered.
and I've actually used this, I've used that build in Conflict actually as
In
well.
need of backup.
And it's funny, because what I normally run on this is I normally run Point Man, like I'm running right now. But I usually switch this up. I usually put the Dodge City holster on. And the reason why I do that is because when I'm in conflict, I bring out my primary weapon and I allow that to charge up. And then as soon as I encounter an enemy and I pull out my shield, first things first, my shield gets a 5-second invulnerable. So they can't hurt me for 5 seconds. My shield at all. But when I pull my shield out and that gun's charged, they get a surprise as well when I hit them with it. My gun's charged up right now. So I'm going to switch to it right now. Okay? If it was in the chest, it would have been a 5 million. And then as soon as he's dead, I move on to the next guy. I pull my primary weapon back out again, and I go around. And I wait until I encounter somebody else. Pull my shield out, shoot him once, and he's usually hurt pretty bad because it does anywhere from 5 to 7 million each time I do that. But for that thing that I was just doing a minute ago, I thought that it would be a funny idea to put the Imperial Dynasty on, just because, you know. Now, if you take the backpack off this build, it's not that great. This gear set is not that great without the backpack. The backpack makes a big difference with this. It makes a big difference. I've done Capitol Hill with this, or Capitol Building with this build as well, because I have the point man on. So when I pull my shield out, everybody gets bonus armor. But again, this thing is pretty handy when you use this, the holster, because here's another combination that I use with this as well whenever I feel like I want to kill shit. This might not make sense to some people, but I can show you something. Try using this with it. It's called Perfect Headhunter. And I say this because the Liberty is really, it's hard to use until you get used to it, but once you get used to the Liberty, getting headshots, you just know when to do it. And you can get them quite often, actually. But if you can get a headshot kill with the Liberty, which is not that hard, you just have to practice using it, because it's got a lot of recoil. But if you do get a headshot on somebody with this on, the next time you turn around and shoot somebody, it's going to be a very, very big, it's going to be about 13 to 20 million when you hit the next person with it. I don't think I have it on anymore, do I? Oh no, I have it out, that's why. So I'll just, this holster's great. So I'm gonna get this guy down a little bit. I'm gonna let him charge, because what I'm doing is simulating in conflict, because by the time I actually run into somebody in conflict when the match starts, this thing's usually juiced up all the way. Okay, so I did 5.5 million. Now if I get another headshot or even a chest shot, watch this. There you go, buddy. That was a neck shot. 15 million damage. So that's why sometimes I run with Headhunter with this, because it's fucking nasty. Actually, I think the highest I got with the headshot was over 20 million with that pistol. Chest shots do just as much. If that did 15.5, I think it was. Chest shots do about, I think it's about 11 million after getting a headshot. So yeah. But I've actually one-shotted somebody in PvP with this gun. I had it charging in my thing there while I had my primary, and then I pulled my shield out. Bang! I shot the guy once in the face. He went right down instantly.
You have received an invite to a raid group.
No thanks. But thank you. Oh, I get that quite often, actually.
You have been invited to a raid group.
No! I don't feel like doing that right now. Okay, so I'm gonna stay inside because I get a lot of that shit when I'm outside. People will invite me to raids or parties or all that shit. What is it?
Think you could give us a little assistance? We need it.
You've seen my other build, right? Oh no, I do too, but I'm trying to explain stuff here. And I'm trying to show things off. So if I wasn't doing this and I was just playing, then I would have just done it. But I'm looking at the time right now, and I don't think I have time for it anyways, because raids usually take a little while. Especially if you don't have a full raid group.
Earliest possible convenience.
Just give me a second. Yeah, I normally help people too, but when I'm in the midst of doing stuff, not really. I don't care about these two weapons right now because I'm doing this. If I take this away,
Permanent expulsion from the secure area.
what's up, Alexa? Okay, no, sorry, I was just... Oh boy. We have these freaking Alexa things in the house. And every time I hear that little noise, immediately I'm quiet. Because there's a drop-in feature that people can use. AKA my wife. So, typically I unplug that shit. And the thing is it makes a little noise. And that's how you know they're good. So it's not really a secret thing when they do the drop-in thing so they can listen. There's an edible noise that you can hear, but okay. So what was I working on before this? Yeah. So I have that's what I was saying before I got interrupted by that because I thought it was a drop-in call. I use another build in legendary missions, the hardwired one where I spam secret mines throughout the whole goddamn thing. That works great too. The problem is when you're using that build, you got to make sure that people are on board with you, and because there's a lot of people when they go into legendary missions, they think that you can just be Rambo and they're going to get through it, but 9 times out of 10 they're dead within 10 seconds of the fucking thing starting, and I find myself having to go pick their ass up after they've been killed. And if they're in an area I can't reach because there's too many NPCs there, I just leave them there until I clear it. I'm a prick. I won't get them back up. If they purposely be Rambo and they go out and they run into a bunch of NPCs that are on Legendary and they get killed, I leave them right where they lay. I do. I'll leave them right there because I'm not going to risk me and the rest of the team to go and try to get that guy up because he decided to be Rambo. It's not worth it. Especially when you're near the end and somebody does that, but you're at the point before the checkpoint, so if you die where you are now, it's over. You have to start all over again. When people do that, I've had that happen where my whole team went down. Except for me, on the second last part of Capitol Building. I was like, sorry guys, you guys are staying where you are, because I'm not putting a revive hive on to waste it, and then have to let it charge back up so I can switch to my other one. So I did. I made them wait until I cleared the room. I said, in the one part, there's 2 doors. Just before the upstairs, there's 2 doors that you only open one. But this other guy, I told them all this before we went there too. He opened the second door, and I said, oh my god. So, now we're in trouble because both doors are open. So now we got to watch both doors for the rushers. And sure enough, Shotgunner came through, popped all 3 of them. Luckily, I was a skill build and I was able to put his ass down quick. But what drives me nuts, and I've had this in my comments in the past where I've actually deleted them because I think it's stupidity. People will say that if you use a skill build, it's noobish. But, I mean, I can say the same thing for people that use glass cannon and a DPS build. You know what I mean? Like, let me rephrase that. The firewall shield with Intimidate and Adrenaline Rush, I mean, that's a little noobish too, right? So, I mean, it goes both ways. With a skill build, you actually have to use your brain, though. That's what they don't get. It's not just a matter of doing things. You got to make sure that it actually works. And people don't get that. Yeah, see, I tried to be a healer build once in PvP, and my whole team just ignored the fact that I was a medic, and they just went away from me. So I was like, you know what? Screw you. You die, you die. I'm not trying to save you. Where is my... This is my hardwired set now. It used to be a lot different before, but now it's different. My my hardwired build is a lot different now because I've got a mixture of red and yellows. And 3 of my hardwires are actually rolled to red. I have Obliterate on my chest. I have the BTSU gloves on. This build is nasty. I got those on to get the Hive back. And I can overcharge at skill tier 3. So I go from skill tier 3 to overcharge tier. It's kind of nice because it's like jumping 4 tiers without actually having it. And I can put out DPS at the same time because I have enough crit hit chance that Obliterate will work great. This control point is half taken. Apparently I didn't finish it off. That's not a problem. We'll go there. Go finish that off. There's one build in this game that I see a lot of people using, the Firewall Shield with Intimidate and Adrenaline Rush. And I just want to point this out, that after a lot of testing, I can say this, that it is garbage compared to what I put together, which was Obliterate and Versatile. Those two talents together as a DPS build annihilates any fucking shit.
Hostile broadcast detected.
Because the thing with Intimidate and Adrenaline Rush, because some people are going to argue that it's not, they're going to say, I constantly get, 35% weapon damage. Yes, but here's the trick. You have to be within 10 meters of me for both of your talents. And here's the other thing. Both of your talents have to work together, and only one of them gives you damage. Whereas if you're using Obliterate and Versatile, I have 2 talents that are working together, but they both give me damage. Actually, 60% between the 2 of them. Versus 35%. Plus I'm using Technician, which gives me another 12% against their shield. Plus all my other weapon damage that I usually have on my builds. Like, I've taken those shield guys down like they were nothing. And I seen what they were running. One guy was running Unbreakable and I still killed him.
Hostile control point detected.
Like, I just melted him. There should not be anything unless they took it back over. There should be nobody here until I call for reinforcements. So I'm just going to make sure I have some ammo. Which I only needed 1 bullet apparently. Now it will start.
Reinforcements en route.
It's just going to be me by myself for a second because they're up the street. They're 735 feet away from me. Okay, now it's on. Oh, you little bastard. Oh, you fucking prick.
Agent vital signs 0.
I didn't see that little camping bastard over there. Still not worried about it. Still like the build. Normally when you attack a control point, your guys are not that far away anyways. Still not worried about it. Because now I'm going to shove that 203 up his fucking asshole sideways. Oh, they're almost there too. Cool. About fucking time they got their ass here. Alright, where's these jerk-offs? Okay, cock goblins. Think you're fucking funny? Eat that shit face. Oh hell no, not with Hardwired. Maybe if I was using Rigor.
Hostile broadcast detected.
Oh, hello.
You ain't hiding from me.
Night night, motherfucker.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
Come on, seek his ass out. There we go.
Hostile broadcast detected.
Oh, I can't see. There we go.
Incoming backup request.
I got overkill. That was a little overkill.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
We know where we are. That's a relief.
Supply room access unlocked.
I'm telling you. Hardwired is literally Hive secret mines. If I was using rigger, then I would definitely agree with the turret and the drone for sure. Because rigger, that's more like rigger style, anyways. Already got some good shit for that.
Hostile broadcast detected.
Which skill is best on the gun for healer? You know what I've been running, and this might sound silly, but I've been running this one right here. It's called, it's Emmeline's Guard. Perfect preservation. Killing an enemy repairs 12% armor over. And here's the thing. You can use your skill build, and it will repair you, because as long as you have the gun in your hand and it's out, you don't actually have to shoot anybody. You could just use your skills to do all the killing, and it will repair your armor. As long as you have that gun in your hand, you're good.
We've got plenty of resources.
No, you don't.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
He's like, we got plenty of resources. Yeah, no, you don't. Alright, where are we gonna go? I think it's funny. And that works great, actually. I use this build in PvP as well, the hardwired one. It's hilarious. Because people typically don't expect it. But if I'm in PvP, I will use this instead. I'll use the single secret mine, because it does more damage, first of all. And secondly, because the other ones don't seek out their targets in PvP as good as they do in PvE. I'm not sure why, but they just don't. Like, there could be a guy right here, and I'm like right here, and I throw my secret mine out, and you would think as soon as it lands, it should automatically seek with the multi ones. But in PvP, for some reason, it does not. Half the time it comes back to you, and you're like, what the? There's a guy right there. Why are you not seeking him? So that's why I tend to use the explosive one, because when you throw it, it will seek targets if they're there. So
Hostile broadcast.
I don't know if they screwed something up when they did a patch before, but I mean the multi-secret mines don't seem to seek human targets as good as they do with NPCs. Half the time they just ignore the human that's standing right there that's, rogue. And it's stupid because it should be. And I believe at one point it was working great. See, the thing is in this game is they constantly want to nerf skill builds. But they never nerf the DPS builds. And they've done this since the Division 1. They did the same thing in the Division 1. They nerfed fire. They nerfed bleed. So they became, like, irrelevant builds. What is the point of becoming a skill build if you can't fucking kill anybody? You know what I mean? That's where skill damage comes in, though, in this one. But it's crazy. It's like, what's the point of having a status effect build if, if an entire team can put hazard protection on up to 100%, and basically your shit doesn't do anything to them? Like, what's the point of having stat? You might as well just take status effects out of the game. Because all Joe Blow has to do is go and make a hazard protection build, and your shit's useless. Well, I mean, your status effect part of it's useless. That's where this is where skill damage comes in. So that was telling you about using the explosive seeker mine. Now these fucking hazard protection nerds, they like to put it on up to 100%. They think they're safe, but I actually killed multiple people with this shit. Because it still damages them, and skill damage kind of plays a role in it. Even though they have the explosive part of it covered with their hazard protection, they don't have the skill damage part of it covered, so it still does massive amounts of damage. They just don't bleed, and I don't care. That's not my goal. Same thing with the Stinger Hive. People wonder why I use these two combos in PvP. The Stinger Hive, same thing. If they're running a hazard protection build, that's great. If I'm stacking skill damage with a Stinger Hive, it doesn't matter about their hazard protection, because those little robots that come out of that thing, they hit like a motherfucker when your skill damage is stacked up. It doesn't matter if they just won't bleed, but you'll still see it hitting like a dump truck. So, and that's the part that they don't get, is like, oh, I'm gonna throw my hazard protection build on it, they can't get me now. And then they're like, what the fuck, how did I die? And I'm like, skill damage. Hello, guys. What the fuck? I gotta check my email here real quick, because I should be getting an email from these people. They better be messaging me. Or not. Let me check my spam. Okay, well, I don't know, because they haven't messaged me.
Hey, Agent, nice to see you.
Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so where I live, which is Canada, minus the fucking light, sorry. I meant to put curtains up last night and I fell asleep. Gotta do that today. I gotta remember to do that today. So at the school that my daughter goes, my daughter's 4, and at the school she goes to, they just updated the COVID symptoms. They took away the runny nose thing, and they put it back again. So she's got allergies like me. So she had a runny nose this morning. Can't send her to school because it could be COVID. So I had to book an appointment to get her a swab done on a 4-year-old. I'm vaccinated fully. So is my wife. It's crazy. If they even cough once. COVID test. She's already had it once and she didn't fucking like it. I don't blame her, because I've had it done once as well. And that was before vaccination. But it's retarded. Okay. That's not bad for a little DPS slash skill build. Using hardwired like that is pretty cool. Now, for the most part, I try to use this as much as I can because I want skill damage. Because I kind of lack a little bit of skill damage because of the fact that I rolled those 3 to red. Now, I think this is the craziest idea I've ever had, but I'm going to go into conflict and I'm probably going to be swearing up a storm in a minute. Because I know how this is going to go.
Later.
I got everything set. I'm probably gonna get stuck into a match where it's almost over and we're spawn trapped. That's usually what happens when I come in here. As a matter of fact, I would say 3/4 of my losses in conflict are because of that. Because of me getting stuck into a match that's getting, the team I get put on is getting destroyed. And it's almost over and we're stuck in our spawn and we can't get out. Because they're mortar turring the shit out of us. Do you know what it's like to spawn into a match and a mortar turret round lands right on you as you spawn in? And you're like instantly dead? That's not fun. Okay. It must be nighttime where you are. It's only 2:30 in the afternoon here. Yeah, thanks. Ah, shit, they got an old guy on their fucking... Alright. Beep. Let's go. I kind of like when we're on the other side. I hate this side, to be honest. I find that the other side has a quicker advantage of getting to the top of that middle part before we do. And it doesn't seem that way, but... Oh, some fags using pestilence. Great.
Rogue explosive seeker mine detected.
Underneath me?
Rogue artillery turret detected.
Really?
Agent down. mine detected. Agent down. An agent needs assistance.
Really?
Vital signs critical.
Oh, you're one of those faggots, eh?
Agent down.
You want to use the pestilence, you fucking
Agent
noodle it?
vital
Okay.
signs 0. Boost online.
Okay, we can do the fagness. No problem.
Agent down.
So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna use that skill, we're gonna switch it up, because he likes to shoot stationary shit, so that's good. We're not gonna use that anymore, and he's using the fag foam. As a DPS build, you shouldn't be allowed to use riot foam. You just shouldn't be allowed.
The enemy is acquiring the boost. The enemy has acquired the boost. The agent needs assistance.
No, I don't want him fucking...
An agent needs assistance.
A specialization supply drop has been arranged for you.
Street side. Street side.
The enemy is claiming the supply drop. Specialization supply drop has fallen into enemy hands. Your last chance to come back before we have to move out.
Rogue seeker mine detected. An agent needs assistance.
Fucking pestilence shooter.
Agent down.
You'll live to fight another day.
Precisely why I hate fucking conflict. Yeah. The guy that did all the damage left. You know why he left? Because he fucking knows. Remy, he left. That's usually what the fucking cheaters do, is they leave. Like at the end of the match, after they're done winning, they leave before the screen comes up.
Entering safe area.
Hey, Agent, nice to see you.
You'll see that one guy missing from the enemy team that had all the kills and no deaths. I'm sorry, but I've done this enough to know that I don't care what you're running, you're not gonna fucking sit there and not take damage. At all. Like none at all. And then on top of that, I'm hitting you with obliterate and something else that's proccing at the same time, and you're still not taking damage? No. And even if you're running point man, it's only 5 seconds. And you have to wait 20 seconds for it to come back. So I know all the angles. Those are usually surefire things to be warnings, so that you know it's not legit. That's partially why you don't see me in conflict. I used to love conflict, but then this shit started happening.
Agent requesting backup.